President Trump is being completely bizarre with his claims. It may be hyperbole, it may be a provocative tableau of expressionist ambitions, akin to a sort of modern Monroe doctrine with a Trumpian flair. It may simply be some sort of expression of empathy with Putin to try and smooth the way towards negotiations for Ukraine. But it is absurd on its face. The parallels with Putin's global maneuvers warrant closer scrutiny for their implication about sovereignty, international law, and the precedents that they are setting. Trump's remarks about acquiring Greenland, renaming the Gulf of Mexico, asserting US control over the Panama Canal as it celebrates its 25th anniversary. This is echoes of an imperialist nostalgia steeped in economic pragmatism. And then we had his plans for Canada to be part of a greater United States that offers a greater security. There's not a hope in hell. His rhetoric frames these ambitions as a matter of economic sense rather than overt aggression, though the threat of military or economic coercion suggests a belligerent undercurrent. Listen to what he's got to say. Is he going to, would he consider military action to get what he wants?
I can't assure you on either of those two, but I can say this. We need them for economic security.
The comparisons here with Putin are alarming and clear. Putin's actions in Ukraine and Georgia are rooted in nationalism, and Trump's vision, albeit cloaked in economic necessity, similarly disregards international norms and borders about sovereign territories. And both leaders have rationalized their ambitions with strategic narratives, Putin invoking historical claims, while Trump is citing economic and security concerns. And Putin's aggressions have led to sanctions and widespread condemnation. Trump's proposals, though not enacted, have drawn anger from allies like Denmark. The king has changed his flag to make it quite clear that these territories are not for negotiation. And Canada, again, Trump has been slapped down, hinting at significant diplomatic fallout. While Trump's bluster may appear madcap, it could function as a deliberate strategy to unsettle adversaries and allies alike, forcing concessions in other global areas. For example, his refusal to rule out force regarding the seizure of Panama or Greenland may aim to leverage NATO cohesion or compel economic partnerships under US terms. Trump's criticism of Putin's annexation policies, while entertaining similar expressionism, while entertaining similar expressions of power over other nations, it undermines US moral authority. By adopting a posture reminiscent of 19th century imperialism, Trump risks eroding alliances, and he unsettles global stability. And his rhetoric about Panama, Greenland, and Canada is alarming, even in jest, as it destabilizes the norms of democracy. It pulls the rug from under the principles of moral authority. It underscores the importance of leaders, of the expectation that leaders should adhere to the principle of sovereignty and international cooperation, unless they violate, because if they don't, they validate the very behaviours that they oppose in others, like Putin. And this approach, regardless of intention, exacerbates global tension, with the US cast not as a defender of democracy, but as an opportunistic power hungry for someone else's land. That's imperialism, and that belongs in the 19th century, and that is something in schools that we have spent so long trying to either meekly justify or hide, or indeed overtly condemn. And I don't see that that using the language of imperialism, even if you're not going to act on it, is anything other than an outrageous. Is anything other than outrageous. Trump is being outrageous. Now, as I said at the beginning, he may be trying to establish some sort of empathy with Putin, and this may be the basis on which he plans to negotiate the end of the war in Ukraine. In which case, well, okay, let's see where that goes. But it's a dangerous game.